Okay, some of you might know that the first Purge was my most hated movie of 2013. I absolutely hated the movie just because it was a unique and new concept that was wasted on a home invasion movie. Okay? But it seems that the writer-director, listened to the people and said, okay, why don't you make it about the actual Purge, not a home invasion movie? And he answered. So that's supposed to mean that the second one's going to be better, right? 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 What's happening, film friends? David the Film Junkie here, bringing you a film review of The Purge Anarchy! And The Purge Anarchy stars Mr. Frank Grillo. You know, he was recently in Captain America 2. I believe he might be playing Crossbones. There's a chance for that in the third one. And it's directed by, Demonico. Something Demonico. James DeMonico. Sorry. Yeah, cheat sheet. He, of course, wrote and directed the first one, and like I said, I absolutely hated the first movie because it was such like a new concept, and I thought, oh, that's a pretty cool concept, you know? Everybody can murder and do crime for one time a year and just unleash. And then they wasted on a stupid fucking home invasion movie. Honestly, you did not need to have a Purge in order to have a home invasion movie like that. The Purge was like irrelevant throughout the whole movie, not to mention the characters sucked. The kid, you wanted the kid to die. I absolutely hated that kid in the first movie. I walked out with just such a bad taste in my mouth. That's why it was my most hated movie of 2013. So in comes The Purge Anarchy, and this time we see multiple stories. Not just one family, one rich family that's gonna, you know, try to survive the night. We got like poor families, we got a guy, Frank Grillo, who's got something on his brain. He's gonna go out and do something. We don't quite know what he's going to do. Then there's also a couple whose car breaks down, and then they're stuck in the city trying to find somewhere, find shelter, find help, find anything. And of course, all of them meet up together, and then they try to survive the night. So what did I think of The Purge Anarchy? Surprisingly decent. Now, some of you might have thought I was just gonna tear through this movie because I hated the first one so much, and I thought I was going to also. I went into the movie thinking, god damn it, here we go, just another big shit sandwich on the big screen. But I think going in there with such low expectations, kind of enjoyable. And it's because it had to do with a full-on purge, because the first one, like I said, was wasted on a stupid home invasion. This time you're actually within the city of Los Angeles. You're seeing all these gangs who are just gonna start purging. There's like another diabolical scheme that's going on with these big trucks and a guy with like a fucking, I don't know what kind of gun it is. I'm not good with the guns, but he's just. Then you got Frank Grillo, who's just a badass in this, and you're trying to figure out why is he going out? Why is he doing that? And then of course he ends up just being like the good guy, the hero, because he's got one thing on his brain and he's gonna go do it, but then he sees this this mother and daughter, you know, getting their asses handed to him almost, or about to get thrown into this truck, and then he decides, man, I gotta help these people. And then of course more people join, and then they're just trying to survive the night. And you know, what's different about this one as well as the first one was trying to be more like a horror movie. This one's more of an action thriller. And I kind of like that. I did, because this movie should be an action thriller, because it's about, you know, everybody can murder somebody, cause crime, and just destruction and wreak havoc for once a year. So let's see some fucking action. Although I don't think, with human beings being as fucked up as we are, I don't think one day would actually cut it. There would have to be at least 2 purges, or 3, or like 1 every quarter. There's no way that just having one day a year where you could just unleash, it's gonna cut down unemployment, it's gonna cut down crime. No way! With that though, there's still a lot of stupid shit in this movie. It's not one of those like, oh my god, you gotta go fucking see this. Characters can be stupid. There's a lot of stupid stuff in the character. I mean, there's a lot of like, what, why are you doing? No! The directing is very lazy. You know, it's got the shaky cam going on where it's just like, there's some action going on. Let me just start doing this. Then there's like this little subplot that's like kind of like got this revolution that's against the Purge. It's kind of cool, but it's kind of like, you know what? You're supposed to be like a low-key movie. Why are you trying to be be like this. So overall, it's a decent movie, way better than the first, because like I said, I hated the first one with a passion, and it's a huge improvement of the first. I'm sure there's going to be a third one, because this one's probably going to make money, and it's just going to be, I mean, it'd be cool if, okay, let's just have a trilogy and stop, but you know that's not going to happen. It's the new Saw. So I wouldn't rush to go see it. If you want to go see it, but don't rush to go see it. It'd be good for a Redbox, good for a rental, Netflix, I don't know, just sit down and watch it. Other than that, and just it wasn't. It was somewhat enjoyable, like just because I thought it was gonna be. Let me know if you saw it though down below in the balls area, and also hit that like, thumbs up button if you'd be so kind. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and please visit filmjunkie.com for your latest in movie news, trailers, and film reviews. Well, all right, guys, I'm David, the Film Junkie, and I brought you a film review of The Purge: Anarchy. You know what I just found out too is Frank Grillo, he's 51 years old. I thought he was like maybe in his late 30s, early 40s. Holy shit. I mean, he just came about. I mean, the first movie I saw him in, and I'm sure there's probably other movies that I did see him in, I just didn't know who he was Warrior. That came out in like 2011 with Tom Hardy, you know, the Ultimate Fighting, whatever, MMA. That was the first movie I saw him, and then all of a sudden I started seeing him in like other movies, and then he was in Captain America 2. He's a badass. Like, he is a badass, and he was a badass in this movie. I really liked his character in this movie. And it's kind of like how it was with the first movie. I liked Ethan Hawke's character because it's like all the logic went into the first like the main character, all the logic, and then everybody else is just stupid. And that's pretty much what happens with this movie too. It's the same kind of formula, but this time you get more of a badass. Sorry, Ethan Hawke, you weren't that much of a badass. Maybe next time. All right, talk to you guys later.